moments.
They've had their moments for sure, but yes, totally agree. And the work will be cut out for them here as G2 known to be ancient specialists. As we go towards the A bomb site here, G2 with smokes available, a couple of them, and a flashbang as well. They're actually sending almost everyone towards the A halls here.
Okay, Donut Smoke and a CT Smoke, I think, are being lined up. HooXi, where is this Molotov going to go? Will it be back a site or will it be towards Temple? Because that's where
Temple, right?
Custom, or KST, as he prefers, currently resides. There's the U-tilt being lobbed on out, and while the flash, it's not too bad. NiKo just one taps it away. So in they are. That was simple. NiKo, go kill the Temple player, and he will.
That's unbelievable. That P250 looking very sharp indeed. One bullet required. The retake begins.
Flash and a go here looking likely. Hunter with the flank late through Donut, but there's the flash, there's the go. They're pushing in quite quickly. Very noisy about this, and HooXi's actually held on to this Molotov. Could be perfectly placed. DDias does have the smoke, though, and that's going to be landed first. Issues now.
Yeah, that's a bit of an issue. The smoke going down. There is no kits available, but here comes the defuse regardless. HooXi spraying them down would actually deny the defuse here, but things getting a little bit problematic. The double pistol combo of StuDodo coming through a 3 versus 1. It's all down to HooXi.
I don't know if there's time, Henry. Did they get on the defuse too late? There's no time. But they've done enough. Right. They just took too long to get on the defuse after HooXi knocked the first individual off. You mentioned no kit. Well, arrozdoce has no life. Jill and StuDodo will stay alive, sure, but yeah, G2, they get a gift right there. Just the lack of persistence on that defuse. They do enough, they get the round, and that's the 1-0 start they're looking for.
Yeah, I guess the bomb already half gone by the time the real retake attempt came through, but this is where the round kicked off. NiKo, fantastic shot there toward the Temple. The DDias getting one through the smoke, but a nice open plant led them to a pretty difficult finish here. All the kills found by StuDodo and co, but unfortunately not enough time. JKS wants to get in the pistol, not looking happy.
The pistol rounds, does he?
No, apparently not. The pistol victories, he wants a good individual performance in the mid-teens. The P90, I haven't seen this in absolutely years.
Yeah, Twist bought one, I think it was the other day, and Harry and Hugo were making, I think it was Twist. I think they were doing like a whole sales pitch on the P90 and why it's a good gun.
Well, it costs like $2,350.
That was the point.
And you don't get a kill bonus reward.
Yeah, and then he just got one tapped. He got flashed and one tapped over towards barrels on overpass.
Sure, but I don't think there's any real pros for it, I'll be honest.
I think it would have been a misbuy. I, in all my years, have never seen Justin intentionally buy a P90.
But he's got exactly enough for a P90 and a helmet, Chad, so you might be incorrect, I don't know.
Maybe he accidentally hit the auto buy button?
I don't think it would ever give you a P90, though. I think a Galil would come out first. I don't know.
Might not get any work here, the P90, as it's HooXi, the specialist on the MAC-10.
This was the force buy as well, but a little bit lackluster from FTW this time. Not really making the G2 boys sweat as StuDodo with the dual elites once again.
They just look so awkward.
They do, don't they?
They look so clumsy. Like, if you're going to carry 2 pistols, you know, you'd hold one like you're on the streets, like a gangster, right? You'd have one on the side, and you'd have... actually, you wouldn't do that, but...
I dare say, like, Special Forces wouldn't ever have dual pistols going on. I don't think they'd be wielding a Kimbo, to be honest with you. It doesn't seem the most efficient.
And what's the point?
Nothing, really. You just use, like, presumably you just use an actual SMG or a rifle, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't really...
How do you get stuck with these? Such an interesting weapon. Do you think it's like Tomb Raider inspired, maybe?
That's a good point. The original Tomb Raider, yeah.
Always cracking out the double pistols, sliding, jumping.
Yeah, you could be onto something. Maybe that's what it is.
The whole reason.
To it, yeah.
Okay.
But they will save the dual elites. That's all they'll save with the armor of StuDodo. But $3,000 per player. Pushing down the V ramp here. NiKo making light work of them. Not really much to report here. A kill was found, but that's about it.
I did have some people reach out, Henry.
What have we got?
Quite a few people getting involved in some of the conversations around here. What do we got going on? So Dan says he's having lunch and rooting for the GigaChad HooXi and G2.
He's rooting for him, okay. Yeah. So he's in the pro HooXi camp.
Yeah, he's in the bleachers. He's cheering for him. He's got a couple signs made. We've got Stuart. He's from the UK.
Stuart.
He's sitting in his office with his headphones on, listening to us commentate as if it's a podcast. A wonderful way to see through his workday.
Excellent. Well, we'll hopefully make it a little bit more entertaining for you here. NiKo with the MAC-10 only can find one, and that's the push toward the B ramp. But guess what? The A side's completely open, and that's going to be the plant and presumably the round. Anything else?
We also have Jay Knox. I've met this gentleman. He's come to one of the HTV confirmed lives.
Okay.
He's currently wearing a Cologne shirt while getting a tattoo session complete.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay, and he's watching the game or listening to it?
I guess he's got it on his phone. He's having a little bit of a listen.
Yeah, if he tweeted it and joined in, yeah, you're right. Wow, good luck to you, sir.
Well, good stuff to everybody who's playing, watching, enjoying their Friday.
I forgot it's Friday, yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah, well, what was her name? I was going to make a reference to the Friday song, but
Rebecca Black?
That's the one.
Yeah.
She never forgot it's Friday.
She definitely didn't. She was all about it. That's, there it is, the first real gun round coming through. Monacy with the AWP, and we'll see a fast approach towards middle here. They'll be pushing through the bombardment of utility, and HooXi with a lovely double kill there towards middle. That's about as good as it gets, Chad.
And that is the perfect T-side mid-take. Look at all the util, the donut smoke, the top mid smoke. Another one for HooXi on StuDodo. This is a big round from the in-game leader.
This is him taking matters into his own hand. Single-handedly wins the round here, and that's a 5-on-2. Takes down the AWP and CT spawn as well. What a great shot.
Now, I'm going to put out a request here. I know that it's kind of unlikely, but we'll put the request anyway.
Okay.
If they do continue with that mid-advance, nice little smoke there from HooXi as well. Might want to pick that one up, everybody. Once you've got the donut control, you can smoke out CT spawn just as you like. Just if we could highlight from a bird's eye view camera to show all the T utility, I'd love to be able to talk through that during a future round if we could get that. We'll put the request in. But yeah, you get the top mid smoke, the donut smoke, you get the infinity molly, which lands in front of donut as well. Plenty of flashes over the top. And then what is important is the teammates who are coming up the rear. Hold up a second, NiKo's got this dead to right. The players coming up the rear need to make sure they extinguish. And the first player, HooXi, just needs to get that fast pathing, which I think has been attributed to config in the way Astralis like to take mid a lot. So that player just needs to zog on out and hope that
I
his
assume
teammates' util is perfect.
the roles will change based on spawns.
Exactly,
approach,
right?
So everyone has to know the smokes, everyone has to know the setup and what they're doing in each role.
There's obviously, like Mirage on Ancient, Vertigo, you can do the same on the CT side. You can smoke top mid, right? The red house, that window position, from 5 out of the 6 spawns. So
how mad is that? Like, even the last couple of years, I've really heard that come into fashion. Like on Mirage, smoking window from 5 or 6 different spawns. Ancient, same thing. Vertigo, you can do it as well. It's surprising. I never thought the game would get to that point where you can actually learn smokes from specific spawns. Like,
it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
There was even like Buster was even doing some on Dust 2 to like land long corner smoke from whatever spawn he had and stuff. So yeah, definitely the details that these Counter-Strike players are really starting to dig into is wild. But back down to the pistols here, and as we were expecting, not a great start, but HooXi, bit of aggression out of him, just going to tuck himself into, I don't know what you guys at home call it. I call it Beehive.
Beehive. Yeah, that works.
I know no one is ever going to call it Beehive.
I think it works on many levels. I think that's great.
I give silly positions, silly names, so people never forget. Like the box on Nuke, you know that single box when you come out of heaven?
Sure.
That box, when we were in Renegades, we called it Mushroom.
For any reason, or just an easy name to remember?
Because they just added it, and I was like, well, this is stupid. Let's call it Mushroom, because we don't have anything called Mushroom, and it's a silly... Like, where else are we going to... It probably has a real good name, but when new positions came in, just so it stuck with people, I'd always go for something a little bit off the beaten path.
This position used to be known as HooXi's bedroom, I believe.
Yes, once upon it, and we had HooXi's ledge, HooXi's bedroom.
Yeah.
HooXi had a lot of positions on this map.
He did.
He wasn't even playing with us.
He was part of the formative years of Ancient for sure. But StuDodo boosted up, and I'm sure he'll be put to bed soon, unfortunately for him. The boost is actually looking pretty decent. He won't find a frag for it, but maybe his teammates will. Significant damage found, and yes, JKS does go down. Bomb plant denied for now, 4 versus 2. Agil coming in from long, and 5-7 has been influential this tournament. Oh, the Deagle even more so, apparently. There's a chance. With the reload, a knife will come through, though, and that chance is thwarted.
Well, HooXi already has 14K. 5-0 start, and this is the 5-0 start that is a dream. It's been clean rounds.
The opposite of what we saw in Inferno, right?
Exactly. The first 5 were walking on eggshell type situations for G2, where they got broken as soon as FTW had won a single round.
Yeah.
Now they're flush for cash, and the half is probably already won at this point. So if you wanted to go take the dog for a walk, don't.
You just realized about to tell people to leave the broadcast.
No, because they can wait. This will be over quickly, and
that's a good
then
point.
they can take the dog for a walk.
Come in from a different angle.
Yeah.
I like that. So yeah, watch the game. You'll still have plenty of time to do your chores, your homework, tidy HooXi's bedroom, whatever you need to do, and we'll go from there.
Well, just like Jordan Peterson says, make sure you make your HooXi's bedroom every day. You know,
every day.
Every day, make your HooXi's bedroom.
So here we go. A much more subdued round here. No fast mid plays, but a B execution does look very likely. I smoked off towards cave for now.
Oh, it's a reaggress. Deep smoke. Never mind.
Yeah, it didn't really work out too well for the DDias there, and arrozdoce will be in hot water. He's got an 80 remaining, and StuDodo towards the cave. Hunter waiting for the A aggression here, and I dare say, as long as he holds his nerve... looks away at the worst possible second. He was aware the mid was open and maybe they could come behind him, but that would be a hell of a flank from the CT side, pushing middle and going towards AK. But there we have it, back to a 4-on-4. That's very unfortunate for Hunter.
All right, well, KST taking matters into his own hand here. That means that they can reposition. They know that this A lurk is dealt with. The KST over towards Donut. So it's now a 3-man B stance with that bomb actually going back on over through T-spawn. That's going to be HooXi and m0NESY as JKS gets peeked on by the Sweet Rice. Gonna actually bring things into the favor as NiKo now selling the fake here, really trying to keep these B players planted, and will. Stray bullet through the boards, could be the death of arrozdoce here, but creeping on in, now the sound cues will be made. They have to deal with this donut player of KST.
I dare say they will. Yeah, there it is. That's going to be a nice open plan now. This is where they seem to prefer it, and HooXi,
good moves.
Yeah, really nice movement, boosting himself up there. It's a strong position, difficult to flush that one out, especially when you've only got an HE. And they do have the kit, but arrozdoce low, so he'd be on defusing and presumably wiped through the smoke if they did have one.
And the contingency plan of NiKo here to come late mid to Donut. HooXi, he spotted one. m0NESY can swing on in when things get a little bit too threatening, and now HooXi can actually just play tight. They need to push closer to clear him. Nade, sure, it's going to do a little bit of damage, but m0NESY can flash the step out from Stododo. He will get the kill back, and here's the contingency plan. NiKo,
Absolutely.
He rocks up, better late than never, kicks in the door. It's a stylish entrance, and it's going to be the 6th round confirmed. Stododo's going to go down with the bomb here. They're going to lose everything. Oh, he gets a... No, he didn't get away.
Definitely didn't get away.
Didn't get away.
m0NESY goes down, but they recover their rivals AWP. They go up 6-0. This is much more comfortable than Inferno, which was messy at times. They were surviving with one player on the CT side time and time again, couldn't get going, but they're in full control right now. They've got tons of money for days, and quite the opposite story on the FTW side of things, as they're down to partial buy territory, around $4,000 per player.
Now, Peter's chimed in. Hello, Peter. He says, can we talk about how G2 have passed, would have lost one of these matches so far? Glad to see they're able to finish out these matches. Now, that's a very good point, because in 2 back-to-back Pro League seasons, I believe G2 won 1 best of 3 or something along those lines. So, if we're looking for positives as far as the Pro League goes...
Clean sweep.
Yeah.
Haven't dropped a map.
And... Yanko, I want you guys to make sure you get your pitchforks out if this is wrong.
Okay.
Yanko is practically guaranteed G2 will be through in the top 3 with a win today. That's Yanko, everybody. Now, look, I always allow League Ops to have the final say.
If they do win this, right, they just rely on a couple of other results.
Exactly. Very likely results as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly. So I think that's great for G2, like considering like this is a new team and only played 1 tournament so far. They're doing very well indeed. But arrozdoce also doing well here in round number 7. But his teammate and comrade DDias will be dropped towards their K position. Ooh. And they're towards long. Their Deagles are looking quite spicy right now. I have to say, maybe another kill available, but Hunter will dispatch Stododo and get control of long with the Molotov thrown by his teammate as well. KST, a nice little maneuver there, pushing through the flames, unexpected, and he might actually be able to finish things off here. m0NESY with the chance to close things out, but not going to happen. It's going to be the Desert Eagles now find their first round there. It would have been a great sequence from the young sniper to get that 3rd kill, but a little bit too much for tall order.
And they knew that arrozdoce was over towards Cave, so I assume that's why m0NESY looks there late, but he already slipped back out because arrozdoce got the opening frag, the big DOS we're calling him around here, on the way into the site before that Cave smoke had plumed. Just the quickness. This was the problem. Stododo stalls out that aggressive maneuver. Hunter gets one back. JKS was a little bit late to react here to this push from KST around the long side with the MP9 in hand. So maybe some bad info. We're just not expecting the swing, but m0NESY does his best to dance around the pillar and get things done.
Great shot. You can see a little bit of a hollow victory there. They're not exactly fired up yet. But
they've already lost enough rounds.
Exactly. That's a very good point, to be honest with you. The fact they're on the CT side of Ancient, their opponent's map pick, and they've already got so much to work with. 6 rounds would, a serviceable half for sure. And they've got an AUG out. I guess this makes sense in this sort of map. Lots of long-range duels. Don't see it too much these days, to be honest with you. If at all.
Not getting a lot of shine here. I think there's still anchors in certain positions like B on Dust 2 or...
Yeah.
Oh, they pop through this. It's a question to ask here because the defense has actually been repositioned. They are coming through the flames, through the flashes, through the fire, and well, HooXi's made some space, but not clearing his corners. The tall box for KST will net him 1. It's Hunter's turn to try and find the trade, but Stododo, he'll silence him for now. JKS is there with a safe pair of hands, but it is a 3-on-3, and there's A bomb site notoriously hard to hold on to. And maybe they don't have to, because NiKo's into B. Boys,
falling back.
We did everything we needed to do on A, make the long transit all the way back, and they will. And NiKo can even try and cut off some of the quicker rotation points here. You want to jump up? You want to come fight towards ledge? Well, you can. It's
going to say, can get kind of awkward to jump up towards those boxes. They can spot you while jumping up and maybe have an advantage. That's exactly what happens. And DDias, he's let them get by. He doesn't hold on to it.
This next up to the plate is going to have to be a Jill here, and
I think he does it. He's got a great spot, but honestly, AWP, perfect weapon for the job, and they're just going to be baiting the plant to see if the CT is nearby, but anything but. It's on the other side of the map, unfortunately, towards middle.
Well, they've lost track of him at least, right? They know where he was when he killed NiKo, so that's going to suggest it's likely he's coming from behind.
Ramp, yeah. I think you're right, but still, there's the kits. About to say he doesn't have one, but that's the first shot he needed to hit. Takes down the AWP. Up against JKS, he's also low at this stage as well.
And that's going to be it.
Quite an easy finish.
He must have seen JKS there. As soon as he got that first kill, he must have seen JKS behind the pillar because he knew exactly. He was ready for that swing. So, okay, that right there is a bit of an odd one.
Back-to-back rounds. It was looking very good there for G2. A 3 versus 2. NiKo, as you mentioned, looking for the rotations. It's just as soon as I saw the run up to the box, I fell victim to that sort of interaction a few times. It's very awkward once they jump up and they get the intel.
So this one here, right? So at what point did he catch the info here on this step? Because immediately, someone must have seen something. He was already ready for that pillar position, didn't push forward, just stalled it out. It was a good round. They do get the bomb down. NiKo was also asking for the HP of DDias.
Yeah. It was 19, just a note. But another full buy. Maybe the last of the gold here for G2 as they boost above the smoke here. Just looking for any players getting towards the ledge position. In terms of mid control, nothing really there for the CTs. They've actually opted for a passive donut hold. arrozdoce, more of an aggressive stance towards the cave here.
Needs both.
That's nothing. Does some damage, to be fair to him, but yeah, ultimately gives it up and it's a 5 versus 4. Up towards red.
It's so much easier now with the changes to Ancient to segregate one side of the cave position like that. Before, it used to be so much deeper. And we've seen this before. JKS, we do better than Hunter. Yes.
JKS, last couple of days, has struggled with a couple of those kills. Mirage,
those
notably.
Especially, yeah.
But that was absolutely fine. Well held, and that should be a kill even while blind for NiKo, but a bit unfortunate there. DDias gets him at the perfect time, and HooXi... Looks a bit awkward here, actually, and indeed he'll go down.
Why so one by one? This is where I think it's just the level of opponent they have against them here, that they're maybe taking a couple of extra swings, a couple of extra peaks. We've already spoken about the 6 rounds they have to their name being quite a lot, and well, the fact they've already killed one player A main, they're not going to expect another. Jill may actually have the round-winning maneuver here. JKS is at least considering it. He's considered it very well, so that is a great little protect to the president right there. Hunter will get the bomb down, and as long as they don't overstep the mark here, they should be converting this one.
Absolutely. With DDias on 18 HP as well, STDodo of the AWP, it's their round to lose, G2.
They're not considering main again. Hunter might go down here.
I think he absolutely is. Clean shot and execution towards the back of the head, and now it's actually a 2 versus 1. JKS will creep out of the temple. Clean kill on the first, but does he assume it's a full defuse? Takes the gamble, it's not. Does he get off the bomb? He's pulling it. He's pulling it. Oh, he's behind the box and he gets it. That's 3 in a row now for FTW. The round is thrown away. The plant just not good enough. They normally plant in the open position by the cave, Chad. They didn't do it this time. Yeah,
worried about the CT spawn because they've all come in through Donut, right? So there was too many issues to worry about. They've had to go for the safer of the plants right there. And a 3rd man in main in the same round on the CT side. I don't think I've ever seen that before, and I don't think G2 have either. This is the kill that makes it all possible. Hunter looking like a plum, sticking out like a sore thumb. The kill straight back from STDodo.
How much damage did he do?
JKS trying to do it all here on the clutch. He just can't connect the dots on the shots, and now another opening kill. This is the bottom of the barrel for the money here for G2. They lose this one, and FTW are back in winning ways with 4 in a row, but it's a Hail Mary push out, and no. Things are really starting to fall apart now.
Yeah, the wheels are falling off. As you said, the money's low. They're riding the coattails of the loss bonus right now, and the bomb's going down, but money's at absolute 0, 4 versus 2. FTW starting to wake up here after being 6-0 down. They scrape together potentially 4 in a row here. Back towards T-spawn we go, and the CTs offering themselves up, still gets a dink off.
What a push that was. All right, DDias taking a couple of liberties there. Now, he will still deny this push through the doors. That smoke having plumed means there's no way through for now. Hunter's going to get the AWP thanks to Bogdan's Law, but what are you meant to do with this one? Scattered across the map here like the Dragon Balls. Have to collect them all, G2, if they want to win an unlikely round.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that reference, so I can't really run with it with you.
Well, basically, in Dragon Ball Z, the Dragon Balls, you need to collect them to get
actual,
the wish.
Pokeballs sort of things?
Well, they're the the gold balls with the stars on them.
Okay.
I believe there's 7 of them.
Right, okay.
I might be getting my lore wrong here.
Okay.
But you need to travel across the world to collect them all, and then you get a wish from the dragon, and traditionally they just bring one of their friends back to life, which is...
Could you ask for more wishes?
Probably what m0NESY wants to do right now. He might want another wish here. So 20 seconds, the pivot. He is going to get caught here by KST and handled. All right, whirring into action now, the Phoenix. It's been in the ashes for the entire ESL Pro League group, but let's see if they can start to show a little something. That just as G2 thought that this one was done, still got plenty more rounds of Counter-Strike.
Plenty more Counter-Strike to be played, and as we mentioned, the money's being drained. It's going to be 4-stage loss bonus, or $2,900 if you're playing along at home, and we've got Tech 9s, AKs, and a partial investment here. They're not spending absolutely everything. NiKo will go for the AK-47, more than capable of carrying around single-handedly, but MP9s for FTW could be actually fine, considering Hunter and m0NESY don't have helmets to speak of, and maybe just an execution. You see 2 players lining up the smokes outside. You would imagine Donuts and CT Sport chat.
Well, this has worked for them before, at least when probing. It's KST behind the big box. He's got a lot of work to do here. Might get a lineup, but his teammates will get the kills first. It's KST to step on out with the assist from Jill. He's going to get another. The USP comes out, so Dodo will chime in. It's just JKS standing. And this lurk from NiKo, it's going to be way too little, way too late. The bomb's loose, and he doesn't have a hope or a prayer right now.
He's got the AK-47, though, and with a minute to work with, I dare say he can make it interesting, at least. I don't think he can win it, but maybe 2 kills is well within his remit. Just going to wait for a mistake to kick things off. Let them bleed out some utility at the very least. That will cost them some money going forward. They still have 2 smokes and flashes here, and they don't have to peek towards Donut. They can allow him to actually come out and force the issue. They've got the bomb within their territory. And here comes potentially the first mistake, but arrozdoce looks like he's absolutely nailed it.
Oh, he's not going to see this either.
Knife him as well.
I would go for the knife.
Get in his head.
Yeah, give him the slash, bang. Hello. Just creep back here into me, and arrozdoce shows him why it's one of the delicacies of Portugal, the sweet rice tasting real nice.
I like that, because you know NiKo is going to be annoyed by that prospect. The fact you've got 5 rounds in a row now, you've knifed him and closed things out as well. They're finding their confidence. They can laugh about that. They can start to get fired up. Sure, it's very unlikely to make it out of this group, even get a win on this map, but they want to find some experience against top-tier teams and finding their footing now after being 6-0 down. That's what I'm talking about, Jad. That's what you want to... maybe you'll be adding fuel to the engine, though. That's the problem. You might be firing him up.
Maybe. This is the thing. Like, you started 6-0 up. You're probably expecting yourself just to coast to 10 rounds here for G2. There's actually been some resistance. You've been sloppy in late rounds. You've made too many assumptions, and making the asses, well, something that G2 have been pretty good at historically. See if they're able to pull themselves back into things here. 5 AK-47s, plenty of util. We're going to see... It's the window smoke thrown out this time. They're actually going to segregate over towards Cave with a Cave smoke in play. Only 1 deep incendiary mid, and they'll immediately smoke on top of it, FTW. So they're not even putting as many resources into this mid lockdown as previous.
Yeah, not at all, really. All quiet in the middle area for now. No CT presence to speak of, apart from a Jill with the MP9 in towards Red Room. So that area is open for business. Speaking of which, very quiet and slow pace from G2. The bomb's still down at the T ramp. arrozdoce has played heads-up CS here a couple of times, but hasn't necessarily worked out for him. This time with the AK-47.
Yeah, a couple of adjustments here. Where the tarps are, it's no longer as paper-thin spammable, but where the wood still resides, you can definitely pepper through and do some very, very lethal damage.
I see Rain normally finding a lot of damage.
He's such a geek at it, Rain. He was one of the first to really explore all the little slither gaps, but arrozdoce getting some hot toes right there, a bit burnt as he is sent back. And 3-man B-hold even has a 4th in tow. Agile is pretty close here. They're putting a lot of faith in KST.
Bad smoke.
And HooXi's through, so the liberty has been taken. If arrozdoce swings out, m0NESY should be able to get him here, and if he can't, HooXi sure should.
He needs to suggest he's falling back now somehow. The bait HooXi in.
Oh, he's definitely baited him. HooXi, you're going to have to swing on out here.
It's actually the nightmare situation, actually, Chad.
HooXi might not clear this, and I don't think m0NESY's ready for this position either. That smoke is much better.
They have no idea he's there. Oh, okay, well done. Good awareness there. That was a very, very important kill. I dare say this one as well. Dodo locked down. Just one. They've actually got so many players here. MP9 watching Cave. The DS in towards Cubby. And here's the MP9 striking. A boatload of damage inflicted. KST, oh, it's too far away to really deny anything. So the round should be under control here for G2.
Wait, hold up a second here. The amount of times that they've been in a position like this, they should have won so far in the 5-round stretch that FTW are on. I want to see what KSD has. Right now, he's doing statue mode. This is everyone's favorite mode. You stand still and you get the first for free. Then, you get shot in the side of the head. But, alternatively, in another reality, you pivot and you get the second kill and then you get a winnable one-on-one.
Yeah, good effort for sure. Manages to take another G2 member down and going to be entering a full buy situation. G2, that is quite the opposite story for FTW. A lot of close rounds, as you've been saying. They've been clawing their way back into clutches and retakes, and it's been quite dicey, and one-on-one clutches and all that sort of stuff. So they've actually got MP9s once again. All for Dodo, but no helmets and no kits. Bare bones utility for KSD as well. And actually showing a bit more presence towards middle this time. So we've got the AWP there. Initial smokes and Molotovs exchanged. And NiKo grants himself full access towards the ledge, and the flashbang catches him somewhat. Does he want to swing on this?
Oh, he's underarmed the smoke here, Jill. He's kind of stuck in this position unless his teammates can get a flash to get him out. They actually haven't pushed too aggressively forward, and backup is coming, so the clampdown on mid from the CT side is here. They have called things basically free of issue. This is one of those cave gaps we were talking about, and NiKo's going to assume this one. So it was all for naught from both teams as far as mid's concerned, and that actually works out a bit better for FTW.
Well, we'll see if they can hold on. Smoke towards red once again. Now have a second attempt here to get towards Donut, clear that area out, and how has he done that? Through the smoke, clean as you like, finds the AWPer. A frustrating frag to receive there, Chad. Yeah,
very rough stuff from Monastery. He's been having a good game here on Ancient, up to 13 kills, but they'll still slink 3 players towards the Donut position. Fully glazed, ready to go, as JKS is going to be the individual making the pressure from main. A smoke towards spawn. Flash at the ready. The fight starts coming. Waltzing on out. There's a likelihood they get the bomb down for free here. Big Box Molly is going to hold KST at bay. Will Jill find another kill through the smoke? Doesn't seem likely, but a 5-on-4 retake for FTW is very possible here.
It's that defensive plant again once more, so just watch out for that. There are no kits available, bear in mind, so no cheeky 5-second diffusers will be coming in, but cheeky shots, they've got those in buckets and spades. That's towards Donuts, and that's where NiKo will be residing as well. Will they overlook the position considering the time?
Looks like it.
And he might get a double kill here if he can play his cards right. Nice work, Hunter as well, and they actually have the man advantage now. 3-on-2, the defuse coming in.
Again. Come on, lads.
Like I said, 10-second defuse there. Even if you have the kit, that wasn't going to happen. They get him after about 4 seconds. So 8-5, G2 win the half, but after being 6-0 up, I feel like they'll be a little bit disillusioned with that one. They thought they should have really ran away with this one. And 10-5, they pretty much have.
Now. Yeah.
They pretty much have still. Like, it's still a very good half for the team out of Ancient. Don't get me wrong. Just considering the start they had, I'm sure they'll be a little bit underwhelmed with the finish. But full eco here from FTW. USPs, literally nothing purchased into round, not even a cheeky flash. And it's going to be rushing towards the 8 tunnels, I think. In we go.
Always fun. Let's see how many Hunter can get here. We should probably be on board with him. He might hear a couple of these steps very shortly. At some point, the penny might drop. They are coming extremely noisy behind him. The USP bullets will probably be the first thing to give it away. The course correct there into one, and now it's NiKo's turn to tap away, but overextensions could be the death of them. It has once, it has likely reared its head again. The USP behind has done so much damage, and you really hate to see it.
They actually got a 4 versus 3. HooXi and NiKo are low. This round is on. They can go for this. They know they've got more dinks as well. Good smoke from JKS will buy some time. They can assume there's no kits available here. But one misstep from G2 could spell absolute disaster. That steadies things out, and that confirms the round at least. So there it is. A little bit dicey, for sure, but they win the round. It doesn't really have any knock-on effects. They don't save an AWP or anything like that. It's the last round. They're absolutely fine. Yeah, just a bit scared.
They're absolutely fine. I'm sure the comms, as soon as these first 2 kills came in, and the USP shooting in the back, as soon as this is happening, the comms are probably not everything was fine.
Definitely not, but they win the round. And that's the headline. That's all anyone's going to remember.
That's true. People check the stats. They'll go, this guy did good, this guy did badly. The scoreline was this. We'll have no context of how it all unfolded. Exactly. And the world will go on.
As it always does.
As it always does.
NiKo in trouble. Arrozdoce gets the better of him through the smoke this time, making a few footsteps, trying to beat the flames. He was already down to 40 points of health. Monacy, however, boosted outside the B bomb site, and beating the smoke is HooXi. He might as well go for a kill here. Maybe not in that fashion. This could be a little bit problematic now.
Surely he's locked. That had to have been the kill. There was no way Arrozdoce got out with more than 1 frag there. So Monacy will deal with him. Will they expect the other of DDias here, though? He's
you
up
have to
close.
these days and towards the K position. It's always so tricky to get through. So many little nooks and crannies to check out, but a very clean kill from JKS towards donut position. The A bomb side is open for business. Oh, DDias has got a kill here, though, for free. As he said, they don't expect the third, but honestly, we'll take him down. 2 versus 1s. Last round, you're obviously going to be going for it.
Well, they lost a round like this before, where they had to do the full rotation after getting into one site, and Stadodo is in the perfect position to drop this bomb. JKS is currently searching for him, but won't be able to find him. So how aware is m0NESY here? That's the big question mark, and Stadodo turns away. That is a 10-5 scoreline for G2, and again, a couple of wobbles, but they're up against a team in this group who are here just for a little bit of experience. One more half, and it's likely to see G2 with a 2-0 victory. Find out after the break.
Hey Future Pros! Taking mid as a T can open so many options while playing Ancient. Throwing mid smokes from spawn is quick, but also means you could be locked out if the CT's utility is on point. So these mid smokes I'll show you will be great for a slightly delayed mid take. For this mini execute you'll need 2 Future Pros, 2 smokes and possibly a molly to be safe. Future Pro number 1. You'll be throwing the top mid smoke. To throw the smoke, position yourself so this wall meets the edge of this highlighted brick while crouched. Aim just below this dark spot on the edge of the shadow. Then jump throw the smoke. Not too hard, right? Future Pro number 2. You'll be throwing the donut, Lara, cube, whatever you want to call it, smoke. To throw this, stand against the wall in the middle of this window frame. Find this gap in the trees and aim just to the left of the center of the opening. Then simply throw the smoke. Just like that, mid doorway and donut will be blocked. A note for these nades, it helps greatly if you have a fellow T somewhat holding the B lane so you can't be peeked from the ledge area. Also, if you don't have early info on the cutout position, lob a basic molly in there as a sneaky CT could really ruin your day.
Welcome back, gamers. You join us here at Day 3 in Group B at ESL Pro League. Now, on paper, Chad, this doesn't look like the most interesting game, FTW versus G2, but it certainly had its twists and turns. G2 might be up 10-5, but it hasn't been a given that they win every single round.
Yeah, there's definitely been some bumpy moments.
Absolutely.
It's been rough on the seas here in Malta, and it's actually quite calm outside. So it's all happening in the server as we do turn our attention here to round 16, the second pistol round of the second map of our first series.
Absolutely true. And it was G2 that went up 6-0 in the first half, but FTW formidable opponent at times, managing to get 5 rounds and make things frustrating for G2, for sure, as arrozdoce will be challenging towards the cutout, and we have got a cave attack going on there.
Okay, well, JK's there with the Julies, gets stuck in very early, goes 1 for 1, but HooXi's there to bring things in the favor. Honestly, with a crispy click. The bomb will be getting planted towards B, mind you, so that's a victory in itself.
I'm a little bit worried about this one again, Chad.
We always seem to be worried about G2, don't we? But HooXi on the dual Berettas. That was the key to success after all. So a multi-kill from HooXi. The defuse will feel nice. And that will be 11 to 5.
Not so nice for Sweet Rice.
The ancient jive.
But it is going to be the bomb planted. And I guess at this point, do you want to force buy into it or go for the full buy into the next round of your FTW? I might be tempted to do it now and maybe steal a round away because you really need to get back into it. And they seem to agree. They've got the Galils, the MAC-10s. I haven't seen multiple kills of the dual elites yet, Chad. It's always one and done.
Well, everybody right now, right, as I mentioned the other day, I think it was Maui. He said that he thinks Zywoo is the best dual Beretta player. Now, everybody else since then, they want to put their name in the hat. So we're seeing so many people, this is their auditions. It's like American Idol. They're sending their audition through to Simon Cowell.
No one's blown me away so far, I'll be honest. But we'll see.
Well, we don't press the red button for them. Or we do press the red button.
Yeah, that gets them out. Okay, you're thinking of the one with the chair spins around. The voice, right?
Yeah.
You're thinking of that.
Yeah.
But yeah. You could do that as well if you like. Do both.
Well, the hybrid.
Yeah, we could have the button and the chair. Full execution here. Actually looking pretty tidy from FTW. If they get another bomb plant here, that would be great. But remember, this is the full investment.
A button, a chair, and execution. I thought we were in prison for a second there. That was good in the hood. As they're handling this, it's going to be fights on multiple fronts.
1 player remaining. NiKo, even if he doesn't deny the plant, will get the kill. And yeah, there's the plant, but it was the force buy, and he'll just wait for them to recover. All the grenades, any pistols, anything like that as the defuse come in, 12 to 5. And I guess it's fine. They'll be able to have a partial buy next, then a gun round, but definitely not ideal. So 3 M4s will survive the round. Number 18 coming up, as I mentioned, about $3K, but a nice little fake there, Chad, has to be said. Good execution towards the A side of the map, and sending the bomb in towards B. It yields a plant. It's not a winning strategy per se, but we're just seeing how the new high fives at G2 here. Didn't quite catch it.
Everyone has different versions.
They go for the double tap here, sometimes a triple tap, but
it never looks too strong between those two. Like they never look like they're putting all their
those are
force
expensive hands. Honestly's got there at the end, Chad. You got to be careful with them.
The prize chook.
Yeah.
There is a deep mid smoke. Now, if you land it as the Molotov is still up, it'll give you a little bit of a one-way to look under there.
Yeah, I was about to say, it looked like a prime one-way.
Yeah, it's not too bad, and honestly getting run down. They've actually given over Red House, and that's Hunter's domain, so he'll gladly take these kills. 6 bullets remaining, 5, 4, 3, 2 dead.
Uh-oh.
So again, it
12 bullets.
Start to slide out of control here.
Hang on.
Jeez, there's a lot of risky business going on here, but the bomb will be tossed further forward in towards Cave.
Get a reload going.
Get a teammate going. A one by one type of Counter-Strike here. Honestly, we'll finish the doce, and we're continuing.
Yeah, the smiles. Now things are looking a bit more comfortable for them. 13 to 5, and like we said, a partial buy in the previous. Here's the first real gun round, and you don't even need an AWP from Honesty right now, to be honest with you. Happy to stay on the M4. Should be able to close things out here. Dodo won't have a ton of options. It'll be smoked out across the map to kick things off. Can boost above them, but I don't want to be finding any opening frags early on.
Well, double mid start here, and you will see teams starting to throw this incendiary, as you just saw there, in front of the door, right? Okay. Because a lot of teams will throw the close and deep molly combo, but that door molly means that if anybody extinguishes, they're going to be running out into that molly, and then they're
trying to get to the box, they can't really get there.
Right?
Okay,
so
that's the only cover.
That's one of the adjustments to that mid take that we're seeing.
Makes a lot of sense. Oh, they're not expecting their position towards long. That's Monacy taking down DDias, and they might just have to limp it towards the side here. An opportunity for the AWP. Desert Eagle is drawn and executes to Dodo. Great shot. Bomb down. Round concluded. 14 to 5. Easy as you like. I like that fact about the Molotov, though. That was an interesting part of that round.
So we learned something in that round. Everybody at home, I hope you guys learned something too.
Yeah. But desperate times call for desperate measures, and they've called in the reinforcements, the MAC-10s, the Galils. No one even looking towards the long position or flashing it. And let's have a look at that Deagle. Beautiful. Clean.
All right, well, we do have more Counter-Strike coming up today with Harry and Hugo. They'll be bringing you the next 2 series. We do have Big versus MIBR and FaZe versus Outsiders.
That's the game of the day.
I really am enjoying Outsiders.
Me too. Flit is a beast, isn't he?
Yeah, Flit is.
Hang on. hang on. What's happened there?
Lads. The first one was...
Were they getting spammed as well or naded?
They got slowed by the nade, and then Dodo jumped to safety and then dropped back into it. So, didn't go very well at all. But that's probably the story of the tournament for FTW.
HooXi's fired up, though. 16, potentially 17 kills to his name. I dare say he's got it. One more shot. Oh, Hunter, come on. But there we have it. 15-5, series points.
A coach's dream.
Not too much to get excited about here, but if FTW start pulling a few rounds back, you never know. There's the grenade. So yeah, the grenade combo coming through.
Hello.
Slows them right down.
So he jumps out of the way, and then...
He goes back in for more. Yes. You know what? No,
actually,
I can't be all of it.
If we get out of here quicker, we can prep for tomorrow's game.
Yeah. Oh, well. AKs across the board.
Tomorrow they play big, FTW, for everybody playing at home. Then on the final day they play MIBR.
I would say they have a shout at a map against big, maybe.
All right.
A slim chance.
All right. Well,
maybe.
They got a chance here. They've actually been able to circumvent this little donut boost that's just happened here. So, honestly, I'm not sure if he's aware that somebody can be so up close and personal. He definitely isn't aware. You can see him, he's taking glances deep mid. He was worried about ledge. He's made a jump, and Agil, he can use this sound cue now to start pushing the issues. They've actually been able to thread the needle here. This round, round 21, has a moment where it can get interesting. Now, JKS hasn't been taking an aggressive stance down mid. Hunter not awares of this at all, and that little boo-boo on the boost might cost them here. JKS will have to defend against the remaining 4 on different fronts. 3 fast through donut, a great flash, and surely the kill comes with it. JKS completely blind, cannot convert. KST, 17 frags for him. He was one that we wanted to keep an eye on in terms of that department, continuing to live up to his end of the bargain. And a round for FTW. So, just an overlooked push top mid. Agil wins the round.
That's how a lot of rounds go down in Ancient, though. You'll see a lot of the lurker players, the riflers, pushing through smokes, looking for gaps. We saw it a lot last week. I remember the endpoint games especially. I remember Nerds was the master of those sort of pushes and just being a real nuisance for a lot of top teams, including Na'Vi, of course. So yeah, great work from FTW there, and we will see 4 players survive. And at this stage, just making the scoreline more and more competitive for that HLTV score is on the page. That's what it's all about.
That's all that matters. So the only thing that matters, guys, is the stats.
It's all you can really hope for at this stage.
All that people talk about. It's all that matters. And what do you think about this Alexi B situation?
Interesting. What a move that was. You could tell they were in complete disarray at last week's group stages.
Well, they changed AWP mid-tournament.
Changing AWP mid-tournament, they went down, what, 0-3, and there was like the conversation, if they win the rest of their games, maybe there's a chance they can still do it. And they gave it their all. They did look much better going forward. Rez was pretty decent on the AWP, but changing the foundation, the chemistry of the teams, from going from Swedish-speaking to English-speaking, they'll be absolutely fine, but it kind of loses its identity a little bit, of what NIP has always been. But the fact now, bringing a new in-game leader as well after Hampus has been celebrated as this huge-brained, fragging in-game leader, it just kind of begs the question, was that all just speculation? Everyone's been praising him for that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and they'd won out the war against Fnatic to be the Swedish representation, right? Fnatic went international first, but let's see if G2 can get this one done. They have lost the opening kill to Hunter here with the late mid control. The smoke towards Donut, so Red House is bleeding yet again. The gap that will have to be addressed at some point here, and a nice little smoke there from DDias. He's going to lob that one out on the fly. Is it going to land where intended? It's a slight gap. I say nice smoke, it's not at all.
I like the idea of it, yeah, for sure. Very cool. But Wannacy, though, presumably going to get at least one. He'll go for the second as well, and that's more like it from him.
It's a one-way for him, practically.
Yeah, actually, you're right. And he might have guaranteed the series right there and then. 2 players limping in towards the cave, and HooXi will buy himself some time just to reposition, maybe even push towards the smoke, as arrozdoce might time him here. Great positioning, really enjoyed that. Both players around him, he has no real backup for now. Could desperately do with some. But another chance for FTW here. Should be able to get the bomb down at least.
Let's honestly, okay, straight through the smoke. Had a chance to fortify the site here, but now it's KST for 20 kills. A 1-on-3 spam through the smoke. The defuse is going to come through. Thanks, I wanted to give him something there. And Modus is going to defuse the bomb. 28 kills for the young gun. A great showing for G2 with a couple of things that the VOD review should probably help them out with going forward. But That's the day at office that everybody loves. You come in, you get it done 2-0, you go home.
They continue the clean streak here in towards Pro League. They haven't dropped a single map. 2-0, 2-0, 2-0. Fantastic work, but definitely not without its issues. There's been a few awkward rounds, some clumsy moments, but the headline is they're getting better and better and building into this tournament. Plenty more Counter-Strike today. We have Big and MIBR up this one. We'll take a break and be back with the desk very shortly indeed.